Hey, my name is Jackson Smith, and I just want to first off apologize for this ragtag setup I have going on to record right now. My PC webcam is not working on me right now, so I had to use my laptop and my PC at the same time in kind of like a Zoom meeting. It's kind of ghetto, but it's also working, so here we are. I chose Liberty Leading the People for my art analysis project. The reason I chose this piece is due to the work we did in this class on French art. I found that although it was beautiful, it could also at times be propaganda, or in this case, more of a trophy from the trials and tribulations the French people have been through so many times in their fight for what they believe they deserve. This piece was done by Eugene Delacroix, and it shows Lady Liberty leading the group of French revolutionaries into battle during the Revolution of 1830, which resulted in King Charles X being overthrown and replaced by Louis Philippe. The focal point of this piece is Lady Liberty herself, who is in the front middle of the piece, holding the tricolor, which is the name of the French flag we know today. Similarly to the concept behind the Statue of Liberty in New York, Lady Liberty is a symbol of freedom and an idea that led so many revolutionaries to give up their lives willingly for a land free of tyranny and oppression. First off, we notice Lady Liberty is shown with her breasts exposed and her face being perfect. This alludes to Greek and Roman art styles, as they are the birthplace of many ideals the revolutionaries were fighting for, including democracy. If you look to the left of Lady Liberty, you will notice there are two distinct men standing next to her and both are revolutionaries. However, you can discern from one of the men being better dressed and having better weaponry to a great degree that this revolution brought together people from different classes to unite against the power above them. This was not about poor versus rich. Underneath all of the characters pictured is a pile of bodies, including soldiers and a citizen who is still in their nightgown. This shows the true price of a revolution, and possibly it alludes to that being the foundation that is continuously pushing the revolution forwards to progress and eventually win. This piece is filled with diagonal lines if you look at all the characters shown, and that conveys a feeling of movement and thus implied motion. It is almost as if you see the exact next movement will be what the exact next movement will be despite the erratic scene shown. Delacroix used very loose brushwork for this piece, and that causes the figures within it to embody more action and movement, which helps to show the liveliness of the scene rather than the fine brushstrokes, which would make the image static and almost stale. The piece is filled with dusty browns and yellows, but there are also very brilliant, vibrant parts that are blue and red. Blue, red, and white are the main colors of the tricolor, and you will notice them appearing throughout this piece. The first and obvious one is the tricolor that Lady Liberty is holding, but the man on the ground underneath her is also wearing blue, red, and white as well. These colors are not only pleasing to the eyes, they blend together well, but they also stick out to the eye, show the colors these people were fighting for and proud of. Delacroix also included Notre Dame into the piece as well, and made sure to include a tricolor on top of it. One can only wonder what the slight including of a holy building of such a degree with the flag of revolutionaries on it might mean, but I for one enjoy the fact that he may have been alluding to something similar to what we know today as a separation of church and state. I hope you've learned something of interest today in this short presentation on a beautiful piece of historical art. Thank you very much.